It could be. This could be the start of a pattern we see to continue throughout the next kind of 2 weeks. Obviously, day one of week 2, they need to be more consistent. I mean, obviously, having a week 1 performance as strong as they did, I don't think they've peaked, so to say, but the consistency is so important at this level, and I think there's a margin for error in NPLC that they're not going to have this time around in phase 3.
Absolutely, and even coming out of NPLC, I think a big thing today has been their constant clashes with Genesis.
I think that's probably thrown their macro game off today, honestly. That's a huge kind of curveball thrown in with running into the same team over and over again can slow you down by 2-3 minutes in the early to mid game. That really just it throws you off your game.
And in all fairness, I think it's been having an effect on Genesis as well. This is a team that obviously came into this weekend really with a lot of momentum. They've been winning games, they've been having high kill performances, but today is one of those days where Tempo is winning 3 games, but they're going out towards last place multiple games today.
Yeah, no. Okay. We got some vehicle antics. We can hear a couple of people screaming out about teamwork here. Pack's gonna get the flush on Torello. Good start for Loki. I mean, that's what they need. They need points desperately. So picking up easy ones like that is always good for them.
Well, honestly, I think a good start to this game is going to be needed after last game, where I'm pretty sure Stab adopted all of them into his ever-growing list of teams that he just owns every once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, a great work from Stab last game, and again, that's got to be, it's the pressure's building up on Loki now. If they keep having these poor performances, down in 15th place, as you can see on the screen right now with 61 points. Those are the games that can be really demoralizing. If you're already doing poorly and then you die in a 1v3 situation effectively on the ground floor of that building in the last game, that's something that's going to be stuck in their heads now for the final game of the day.
Well, they have done at least a decent job of low-key of getting out of that last place position. Obviously, coming into this weekend with like 14 kills or something crazy like that is not where a team of their caliber would be. But someone's got to be last place, and this situation is now a battle between Vanquish and Low-Key for that position. You said it. They have got to have some bright spots, and in this situation, it's been just those early game getting reset. They've been practicing more and more, so hopefully for Low-Key, they can continue to move up the leaderboard. But there's no more time left. We're already essentially almost at the halfway point in phase number 3, tomorrow being that point. So you can't not be going last place or second to last place into the back half of the season. No,
and I'll be honest, today was the opportunity for you to come back. A couple of days rest in between from week 1. Coming back today, I would have liked to have seen them get off to a better start, but they can't get anything going so far. They're not making it to late game. They're not keeping 4 alive. They're losing people in these weird transitions where people are stopping to try and scout. It's difficult to put your finger on it when you don't see the team 4 up, engaging with others.
Sonic's not in the direct path of Genesis this time around. Genesis, believe it or not, still in Pachinki here at 3.5 minutes. A little slow for this team this time around.
Yeah, well, it'd be interesting now if we just see Genesis getting vehicles and crash Sonics.
No matter where they are,
center circle, they just go for it.
You know what? If you're having a bad day, so are we. That's the way it's going to go. Balefrost, interesting insight from this young man in the last game. After Taylor J essentially called the push to go over, I believe it was Taylor J to go over towards Player One Esports, had some choice words for the team he was going against, but Bale was the first one to say after it didn't go well that maybe they were a little bit too aggressive. So some insight there from the young man.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's great to hear. Arguably the most inexperienced player on the team being the level-headed one to say, look, guys, we need to bring ourselves down a peg and realize we can't push everything like that.
After some deep reflection, I've determined that the team we just pushed on was indeed not trash. After they handed them their lunch there. So for United, that's just a stumbling block. They did get a ton of kills last game, another top finish for them.
But that's also something you got to think about. When you're in a position where you got that many kills coming into the late game,
let's do it.
You can afford to have that confidence, and it's not a toxic thing from Taylor.
No, absolutely not. I love that.
I love hearing stuff like that.
I call people trash all the time, and I get in trouble for it. So hopefully Taylor can have some more success in that end. But for Baja, man, he's been using the bolt action, still not wanting to let go of that thing, as he did have at least one fantastic knock and kill onto Walt last game. Unless you're Walt, that was probably the worst thing ever to happen to you. But
that was difficult to watch.
Very difficult for poor
Probably
Walt.
more difficult than the Microfire's Pan escapade.
Yeah, you know what? That was arguably one of the biggest moments I've ever seen in the NPL, and I know Micro has lots to say about that, and they're all good things, let me tell you.
Yeah, well, nothing but great feedback following that play.
I didn't whiff, bro, I believe is how that conversation started today. Genesis in rotation. They're in their vehicles, and they're not next door to Sonics just yet, but they're roaming around. I imagine they're going to want to try and make entry around that southern Rozhok school area.
It's going to be difficult here because we actually just saw North. It looks like they're going to crash into the apartments, but an interesting play coming out from SSG here. And I was talking to Valier after the first Erangel game, and he was actually making a joke with me. He said, how many times have we played that compound, which was the triple story up just north of the Rozhok River. And we actually laughed and joked because that was something that even when I was back on the team, we used to prioritize that compound and the Alamo and the gas station. And the Circle just ended up, going back there after they tried something different. So it's interesting now to see Valet come down to school. This isn't something typically that, historically we would see SSG or, White Temp Fate do. So let's see if they can actually capitalize on this, because this is a high traffic area. This is everybody coming in is going to obviously assume that Sonics who loot here have moved out. So there might be a number of teams saying, look, pretty much center circle, we might be able to get our way in at School of Raps.
And this is kind of one of those classic Erangel circles as well, just around the Rozhok, north of Pachinki, south of Yasnaya, center circle. Now, Sonics have a nice 2-2 split. Yeah. They have great control, good compounds to hold on to. But looking around the circle, there should be a lot of space for teams to come in anywhere in this first zone. But a lot of favor on the southern side, as you would expect, with the river playing a feature there, just below the 50% line in this first zone.
Yeah, and I see Tempo, we can see him wrapping all the way down to the southwest corner here, almost catching Roth from Zenith, the last player in transition, as he's trying to rotate in behind the rest of his team. But this is an interesting path in here. Usually we would see Tempo probably position more come in, cube side, but opting to come down south. I'm not sure if that's a vehicle issue. It does look like they've all got vehicles maybe stacked up. As Adam actually trying to get some shots onto Pax, transitioning past in a bike. Ooh. That's actually landing a headshot there. Pax down to 1 HP.
Oh, that AR nerf being felt there as
don't hit a tree. Don't hit a tree.
Yeah, or literally anything else at this stage. So the AR damage was changed to the point where you can't two-tap people anymore. You have to hit 3 shots with the AR. Well, at least the one to the head, one to the body anyway in that situation. But Pax, he's the benefactor of that change as he escapes with 1 HP and is just praying he doesn't trip over anybody. He's just headed straight north, probably go find someone to med.
Interesting setup from Wildcard though. Adam split all the way over to the gas station, just looking for those rotation kills.
Here.
Yeah,
yep.
Looking for those kills in rotation. Kickstarter set up at Alamo, just further to the east of that. And then you got Penta and Pistola set down south, which is on the East Rozhok Bridge, just north of L, which interestingly enough is not actually occupied right now, which is typically Valiate's compound. So the fact
he's off getting groceries somewhere. I don't know where. Valiate's actually 2-2 in the school, I think.
Valiate's got a teammate with him.
Oh my God.
Has Baja with him.
What the heck? He's got like one of those toddler harnesses. Like, all right, Valiant, you got to stay indoors this time around.
But again, this is another thing. This is kind of like a mind game thing by SSG. Obviously, other teams will know that that's Valiate's compound, and typically with this circle, you'd say Valiate's going to stay there. So nobody's bothering to look for it. So,
like, get out of my rose bushes, that's his compound type of thing, or what?
Pretty much, yeah.
Wow, very interesting. I didn't realize that you had, or not just any player, but Valiant specifically had that hold. But this is where, again, the 2-2 is going to be a benefit. They're going to maybe collapse on school if the SSG is already in their vehicles. I imagine they're going to want to hold on to school because it's going to have a lot of vision west out into that open field. So this is an interesting zone. This is the
thing, yeah, but occupying school now, and obviously if you have the benefit of Watertown and south side of Rozhok as well, you can control so much of the space in this South Rozhok field. Riot Squad being down obviously in the barn compound. There's so much of this area that's shut down by these compounds being occupied.
Everyone in vehicles here too, Hypoc, where everyone jumped in their vehicles over the same spot. Where's everyone going though? I mean, there's going to be only a couple of ridges, a couple of little bit of hard cover spots. Looks like Genesis, I was going to ask where they headed to. They lost a wheel on the buggy. Nice control there on Profi. Wow, actually well traversed there, but
the buggy ran backwards over him.
Literally caster curse there as the buggy will always get its blood as it's going to be K-Mine going down to the buggy.
That's and I can see K-Mine smiling right now.
He's laughing over there, dude. He's laughing at his death.
I was about to say he's down to about 1 HP. He's trying to bandage on the back, and then as soon as the tire popped, both jumped off, tried to get some smokes down, but bad parking by Profi.
All you can say is just laugh in that situation. As Profi stuck, he's got a smoke line down. As you know, this is a big throwback, but I'm pretty sure he saw Ibiza deploy the smoke line way back at PGI. I think he was the player that was near to him. So he's got some of those Ibiza tricks up his sleeve. He's got a long way to travel. They did only lose one, and if Profi can escape here, maybe Genesis can move forward with 3, but it's looking unlikely.
Yeah, the red actually Nerf and H-Wing coming all the way back to the flat top on the north side of Pachinki.
Oh, Profi still alive somehow. How isn't he knocked, Hypoc, as we find ourselves?
There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
Again, he must have been at like 1 HP again.
Yeah. The all-time leader in how isn't he knocked yet, as Profi is going to try and make his way to the tree. Unlikely going to make it there. So 2 down for Genesis. It has been an unlucky day for them, as the buggy's even getting involved in forcing them to make plays or to play defensive as they retreat all the way back to Pachinki in this situation.
And actually, whilst that went on, we did have SSG engaging with Lazarus. Actually, Lazarus losing Uncivil and Kurt now. So not sure if that was in transition, but it looks like Alo and Luke obviously retreating over to the J compound, just kind of east of Apson School. But we have Vanquish rotating into the north, occupying L. So that area of the map right now is a bit of a stalemate, because nobody can really do anything without the other teams pressuring them. So if this does shift to the west, we're going to see kind of a split decision whether or not to wrap or kind of crash each other.
What do you think about Ghost's position on the south side of the zone, right on the edge? There were some times where we kind of wondered about Ghost's mid-game edge play, and they kind of changed that up at some point during the last phase where they would be more aggressive pushing center. But that seems to have shifted a little bit, at least today.
Yeah, I think we have seen a step change in the way that they're playing. I mean, game 1, we saw some explosive play from Drassel and Shrimsy, but been quiet the rest of the game. The rest of the days, sorry. So to see Ghost kind of this passive now, I mean, they must be able to read this circle and know that the south side is the least congested, but the fact that they're this close to the edge when this circle is closing, it's not really going to pay off for them seeing that circle as well.
This is going to be a crunchy rotate. We've come all the way up back to Rozhok. SSG find themselves center. Once again, they're all in the school, and hopefully they can learn some of the players around them. Really stretched to make that joke, but I'm going to move on. As Riot Squad also center, and Sonic's there as well. So now it's going to be with all these other teams, especially Ghost, Rumblers, Genesis, Player One Esports, low key, they've all got to move. Yeah,
United actually crashing into Apson. And if you look on the minimap, we do have Envy actually transitioning as well. We could see Envy actually crash straight behind the United here. Sharu coming out to the doors. He's going to look for one of these knocks.
This is a wide open rotate. Sharu just trying to land those shots. There's 2 in that vehicle with Pat Caps, but Envy also full committing to this push. Some damage coming onto Sharu, forcing everyone back into the apartments. And this is going to be a 3-way hole between the Sonics, United, and Envy in the apartments. Very busy area. And this is, apartments can easily hold a bunch of these teams, but it's not going to make the fighting any easier, as it's going to be close quarters, window to window.
And this is the thing. This side of the circle now is just going to become a stalemate. Obviously, you have Lazarus over to the east, occupying that compound. We're actually seeing Genesis come crashing in as well.
Hey, what's up,
Genesis
everyone?
is trying to send it into apps.
Well, he might as well. No. He's going full speed into the tree. Oh, no. The vehicle. Nerf, not like this. Genesis 16th place, and that is going to put a feather on a crappy cap for Genesis's day.
Sometimes it'd be like that. You need to just put days like this behind you, because I mean,
it's over now.
That's got to be the worst day this roster has ever seen.
I would not doubt it. So Genesis is going to have a lot of time, a lot of reviews to go over in the break between today and tomorrow, but their day is essentially over. And all they can do is watch as the rest of the team, specifically Space Station, try and continue their trajectory through the day. Ghost getting into it with the Rumblers. Cherry down first. It looks like there's one prone on the edge of the zone or just outside. That's Los HD. And
yeah, I think Vegas has actually got a beat on Lost. So Shrimsy now pushing up, getting the confirm onto Cherry. But you can actually see on the minimap, Zenith are in a position to capitalize on all of this fighting.
Yeah, McCoy is there as well. And I think they're going to have to clean this up really quick before here comes Zenith. You called it. Shrimsy does go down to the blue, but it will be Roth getting the points. And Ghost is going to have to back off, because guess what? Micro's got a line too. Ghost, they haven't had a terrific day either. Vegas is going to go up and smoke. McCoy is going to try and get away. But for Ghost, 1 kill, 3 dead. Just looking back on today, I don't think Ghost has had a particularly fun time as they slipped on the right side of the leaderboard.
I haven't really got anything started, to be honest.
So it's been a bit of a mix-up as far as what teams you'd expect to be successful and who actually is. Player One Esports, seeing them with Tempo Storm. They've been active through the day. No kills yet, but they've been in the end game. They've been in decent position now and again. But it's getting real hot around the school area and apartments. Oh, baby.
Oh, no.
About to get hotter.
Oh, no.
So now everyone who's moved all the way west is going to have to jump back in their vehicles and come all the way back as we hard shift back on school.
I mean, McCoy driving past school there probably didn't expect to have 4 teams shooting at him, to be honest.
What the hell is happening?
His vehicle lasted about 12 seconds.
Well, that's it for Ghost, and we're down to 14 as this is now the Rumblers making their way. Zenith is, I mean, coming off the Pachinki Mountain.
It looks like Endemic are actually about to try and crash SSG at school as well. They're coming all the way through this field. Crispier's vehicle on fire now.
Oh, didn't make it.
Singleton with the last tag onto that.
Yeah, the one shot takes him out. Crispier goes up, and something can't even make entry as he's going to get flushed out. SSG is not allowing anyone into the campus. As they actually looks like Wolf did make it into the pool building. The Molly comes out.
I think both. Yeah, did Wolf and Reload make it in?
I think definitely Wolf did. I think they still have. I see a couple of nameplates, but there's just so many on top of each other.
No, sorry, Reload died earlier.
Yeah, so it's just Wolf.
It's just Wolf now.
He'll be hanging here for a while. I don't think Endemic's going to be too active here. So now it's all apartments all the time with everyone else trying to figure out how to get into the zone. Riot Squad's an interesting position. I think they're not going to want to come into the zone, but they could pick up some kills. Here's Wildcard. Mystery does go down, but Aguila will get finished off by Pistola time. And now Player One Esports. They don't have very far to get to the zone, but it's not going to be easy to get there.
Actually, yeah, Zenith set up for this transition for Tempo as well. Tempo coming all the way from Mini Pachinki. I guess not expecting to have a team up on this side of the circle, but Tempo thinking they can pull up and kind of have some space on this side.
Ooh.
That first nade is actually beautiful to Zampa.
Oh,
Zampa turning around on them, though.
Yeah, I forced him out of cover there with a grenade of his own. And that's 3 kills to Tempo Storm. They did lose Maluk early. I think Maluk prefers to call the game from the death screen, as we've seen him down early on this squad multiple times, but it hasn't really slowed them down at all. As center zone still right on top of apartments, which is just rife with nerds.
Everywhere.
Nerds everywhere. Low key on the south side. Lazarus has kind of come off and rotated down, I think, into the yellows. And now it's going to be Mystery. He's been rezzed. He's got a nade on the lamp a lot. And Player One Esports is down. Walt Jr.
Nice knock from Zampa there.
This is just open field fighting. Tempo Storm trying to pick up some kills.
I'm not sure if Zenith even have an opportunity to reset on this. With the number of eyes north that people can shoot up this hill, I don't really think they've got a lot of space to kind of get out of LOS of Tempo here.
And it's kind of it's hard to reinitiate this fight for Zenith as A, it's Tempo Storm, and B, they already have a player down, now rezzed, but they don't really have any pressure from behind, but they don't know that yet, so they're going to have to monitor that southern approach.
I was going to say, what is with the team kills today?
It's happened a lot. J-Sank does take down Baja, I guess maybe going for the trade.
Oh, sharp.
A nice shot there, and he's going to get down Pax, low-key losing a player. Bit of a waiting game now, see any movement, nothing there. Tempo Storm just kind of roving around on the southern side. They have to know apartments is just jam-packed, and they probably want none of that action.
Yeah, and again, this was always going to play this way, play out this way. Sorry, when we saw as many teams as we did commit to obviously dead center and the circle shift back there again. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens with kind of Loki, Riot Squad, Tempo, Zenith, all on the south side of this, away from school and apps. So this next shift, okay,
right on to school and apartments. Well,
this feels like we're back to like 2017.
Yeah,
like,
rich get richer here. 2017 apartment circles. Yep. How long has it been? So now Tempo Storm, it's Zampa way out in front. He's come down to find the little log cabins. Riot Squad have come out of their compound. They're rotating south along the edge of the zone. They might run smack into Tempo. And here they are. This is a team that has been good at picking up kills in the mid game.
And we've seen them excel in this situation exactly. You know, already up to 3 kills now. That fight with P1E obviously paying off for them. They're now hungry for more. So they're going to try and look for a space in on the southwest side of the circle, hopefully catching Tempo Storm offside.
Maybe they've made a point to not allow Maluk to have an interview today. As here comes Tempo Storm. They've arrived right on top of Low Key. Sharp shot in the front. He doesn't need permission to peek this. And he hasn't seen anyone yet, but Sharky will find the opening kill. Zampa does go down. Sharp shot down as well. At Tempo Storm, I think, has got the upper hand here, but there's also third-party action happening. Riot Squad has arrived, so Sharp shot will get flushed out. And just like that, down to Sharky.
Oh, he's just got to prone it out here. Great timing from Riot Squad there to push up. They are getting a lot of pressure from SSG, though. Meanwhile, whilst SSG are actually trying to third-party this, Wildcard crashing into school.
And, I mean, there's nowhere else to go, so this is going to be a battle for the center of the zone. Looks like Fozu is going to get the credit for both kills. I mean, he was getting annihilated. He probably just crashed. And that's that.
Yeah, I think he crashed into the shack, and that was the last ticket damage that was done to the vehicle.
Well, I mean, it likely would have been them giving up points to another team, so unfortunate end, but at least they're not giving points away. Tiggleton with the SLR firing from his apartment, looking towards Riot Squad, who've just cleaned up the remnants of Low-Key and Tempo Storm. But now Tiggleton wants to start getting more of that damage.
Lobes, unfortunately, getting caught out in the, I guess, just in the open there, thrown behind a tree, but...
this is going to come down to the final circle, you can tell already.
I can already tell you this is ended on the building that Envy are in right now.
Okay, I like it. I'm going to call Sonic's apartment.
Okay.
It's going to be close. Lazarus, however, edge of the zone. Zenith, edge of the zone. This is going to be a hard play for Lazarus if they have to do anything here, or at least unless they get a super hard shift and stay in the zone, which seems unlikely in their position.
Riot Squad, if they can set up here, they do have an opportunity to kind of look for some of these kills that, you know, Zenith and I think the 2 remaining members of Rumblers, which are up in the shack over on the southeast corner. So if Riot Squad can kind of reset and get a foothold on the side of this hill, there's still an opportunity to pick up some kill points. I don't think they have any option to get into any building that's inside the circle, just purely because of the setup in school and apps.
A lot of eyeballs on Riot Squad right now. We're about to see the next circle shift. This is going to be a big deal as Lazarus is hoping for a circle. Hey, look at that. Reverse Caster Curse. And looks like this is going to be ending right around where we expect, or at least Hypoc called around that Envy building. But they're in 2 buildings, so I guess he's cheating. But for Lazarus, they don't have to move too far.
No, and then right now we actually see... I think Halo getting an open knock onto Zenith. E-United stealing them on the way. We're going to see Riot Squad move down here towards Sharky. Sharky's just going to buy this time. Hopefully, Riot Squad clear off, but I think they're going to clear this.
Yeah, 2 in. There he is. 1 down. Oh, he's going to get the flush. There's no help. Oh, easy.
You got to trade those. You got to trade those. I think Proche took so much damage on the way past that he didn't want to re-peak that. Sharky picking up a free kill point, though. That is absolutely huge for Tempo Storm.
If you're going to be the first man into the building, you kind of have to expect if there's someone there, you're going to go down. And veering off there for Protege did cost him a player. So something to work on in the coach's room. Here comes a grenade from Adam into the pool with Valiate. Oh, a couple of shots ringing. Valiate looking for a re-peak, but he's got the nade in hand. Maybe a little early on the cook. Hits the fence line. Might not do any damage. Lands right in the face of Adam, but does no damage. More grenades coming in. And now this is precarious position. 1 grenade here could do a ton of damage. Hetror doesn't have any to throw here, Hypoc.
No, and I think Wildcard need to get a smoke down and work their way into the pool as soon as possible, because SSG obviously occupying the school are going to have way more angles than Wildcard to work on the way inside the circle.
Maybe smoking Hetror's window might be a possibility as well.
Valier getting tagged up again, though. That first nade doing half damage meant Valier couldn't re-peak when they had to cross in the open. Now Valier taking a headshot means he had to dip back and first aid again.
I think we did see a smoke come out. Not sure where that was aimed, but Valiate still.
I dare you to vote up.
I dare you to vault up.
I dare you to make a play.
Well, Valiate's been the guy. He looks like he wants to. He's thinking about it.
Yes!
He's got 1.
Yes!
He's got 2. Valiate gets down by a grenade, but those are 2 clutch downs, and hopefully SSG can confirm that. Hypoc request, and Valiate, he'll do it. Yeah, he got a line. He's sending up text here, but Morse code blinking from across the room, but he does his job, and Valiant will go down to the zone to kickstart as well. Penta out in the blue, and I mean, it's points are points here for SSG, so they've come along the wall. A lot of utility down here, a ton of utility down. I'm not sure if that's all wild card, but Adam is going to get spotted and finished by Tiggleton. Hetror down, and what a nade in the open, actually. Hetror out, maybe looking to make a play of his own, but he does get naded down. Penta might step up, look for the finish if they can find him. Can't get it. And now can they go for the res here?
No, I think Hetror's going to bleed right here.
Oh, but
and actually Jason getting knocked as well.
Anyway, they went out for it. I'm not sure what the game plan is here. Maybe they just wanted the wall instead of the building. Yeah, they're kind of losing their edge.
Yeah, I think they would have been in a position where they could only occupy auditorium. So I think that the option to come out and fight for the wall maybe being their downfall here.
Lazarus getting on, well, not really the circle, but they're still in, which means they don't have to leave their hard cover. And if they do, they're going to die. So it's going to be rough for Lazarus. But right now, it looks like Envy's got the benefit. United feeling similar as Tiggleton continues to mount damage. 3 kills for him, 6 for the Sonics in total.
A slow but steady game for Sonics, actually, considering they came here so early that they've just been messing with teams in rotation. But picking up the 2 free kills on Genesis coming in, you can't really argue with that kill count now coming into the late game.
Free kills are still points. So now it's going to be the Rumblers. They've got to make their move. Lazarus has been watching that angle for forever. And a lot of damage coming out, no knocks. United also getting involved, peppering away at what I believe is a vehicle parked behind. So Rumblers may be thinking they have to use it. But I think they're about to lose it, as now they have nowhere to move.
Yeah, Microfire having to go back into the shack. Probably going to try and get a smoke down. I mean, they've got nowhere to go. They just need to buy time and not be the next team to go out right now.
Get the crate, though. It's right there. Oh, Sharu's going to knock Waldo. Even the res might be futile at this stage. They're likely going to go for it. J-Sank has been rezzed. Baja coming out on the edge of the zone. SSG, while they had a good hold in school, did not look like they're going to be in a good position. Microfire opts to just murder Waldo. Because why not? You know, if you're given the opportunity to team kill, you might as well go for it. I think we're going to see Rumblers go down to the blue. J-Sank down 2, and that's going to be SSG down in 7.
Not a bad round for them, though. Decent kill count. Unfortunate with that shift coming back over to the east, but everybody knows the circle never ends at school.
Alo and Luke, only 1 kill still. They've been getting the zone, but they just have not been able to get any kills. And there's going to be 1 more as Micro will go down after summarily executing Waldo. And now it's all about the apartments. A couple of buildings left in play. Envy's got the center, and they're going to
regroup. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm liking this use of utility. Whether or not they can get out of LOS of Lazarus right now, but they're going to try and position, obviously, onto the furthest north of these apartments. Pride and Interrogate right now, though, caught out in a pretty sticky situation. Lazarus still actually have a vehicle. They've managed to keep a vehicle up this entire time.
Looks like they're going to make it. So Envy taking some damage. 1 headshot there landing for Luke, but no downs. Alo's going to get a headshot of his own. Oh, my God. Just like that.
Wow.
They're erased the last 2 from Lazarus on Sharu and Moody shots.
I think they were just looking for a knock there, for an opening to come in, but right now, top 3 situation. All teams have 4 up. Let's listen in with Sonics.
We need to figure out who's in each apartment. We know the north guy's going back to his team in the north one. Who is in the further one right here on yellow?
I think United's 2-2.
Guys, I'm gonna come group on you. All right, can you cover me from
United's
blue?
2-2.
Can you guys cover me from blue?
I'm looking at blue.
Not really.
Yeah, 1 second floor blue. I think it's a United 2-2.
What are they 2-2ing? Yellow
I need to make
blue?
this run. I need to make this run on blue. Can you guys watch it?
Yeah. Go across.
Fucking booking it, bro. I mean,
United is definitely in blue.
This is going to end in the field. We need to smoke our way into the south apartment. I have 5.
Okay.
I've got 2.
I got 2.
We need to do it a little early so if they nade, we won't get fucked. I'm going to start smoking now. The south to kill these guys.
I'm gonna look for a pick on one of these dudes, bro.
I'm looking. No one's peeking.
They shot from that apartment. There's a dude in there.
On the roof, the highest one, bro.
Yep. I'm baiting their nades. We need to just breach yellow.
I
just
love
get your
listening to
smokes
Willie
out.
talk.
We all need to be. I'm in right here, bro. We all need to be first floor. You need to be first floor.
I'm out of smokes.
You won't be able to get out if you're second floor in a second, bro.
Get smokes. We need to go to yellow.
I'm gonna push this now.
Wait, Fred.
Wait, boys,
Nice
wait.
molly placement.
Yeah, they're
Molly,
all
Molly.
on fire. They're all on
Wait
fire.
in. Just wait. Play slow. Play slow, boys.
So the molly actually just blocking off
Go
the doorway
smokes.
there.
Smoke now. Smoke south on yellow. We need to get the
We can go towards orange. We can go towards orange. Go towards orange.
I'm not supposed to. Go. Do it.
Keenan wants an orange.
Open it and smoke. I have no more smokes.
We need to get a smoke in front of the door.
Blue's moving.
Wooly, no more smokes, Keenan?
No, I have
No one has any. No one has any. Ah, shit.
Go, push.
Run left.
See it? Outside the app. Get in the corner. Get in the corner, bro.
I'm in the corner.
Nice.
On me.
Play slow.
Outside.
It's a battle for the center zone now. Envy still has, I think, a
They're
small
outside now. They're all
advantage.
going around the other side of the app.
Yep.
Play for kills. One's knocked.
Nice nade.
Alright, it's on the north side.
That was another one.
Actually, Stab making it up onto the top of this one that you can't get on top.
Nice molly coming. Oh,
nice.
they shot it! Shot it out of the air!
Go Pride. I think it's one up Envy.
I shot
They're
the
outside
molly.
my building. One's in.
Grab smokes, Keenan.
Two on me. Don't go out.
Are they?
One
Oh,
knock,
that's
one
one
knock,
thing.
one
Where
knock,
are they?
Bendy.
Close left.
He's close to the app left.
In that little
Right there in that
next to the door. Yeah, next to the door. Good.
One on the
Nice.
wall left side. He needs to know.
That's two knocks. That's two knocks.
Close right. Pick it up.
Push.
Oh, the terrain.
Get in the corner.
I should have went to the
Wait,
corner.
how did that guy run out there?
Nice plays. United comes out of, well, not really nowhere, but they secure the 11-kill victory. And if the Sonics comms are any indicator, that is a hectic final zone, 3-way full-strength team fight in the open coming out of those apartments. Very hectic, Hypoc.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunate circle shift for